All right, we're live again, I think. Blaze, watch your dog. All right. So we'll see if people can hop on this one. We might just call it a day or something if we can't get people back.
Is this a separate live stream then?
Yes, I have to do a separate one. I don't know how you can do that.
I wasn't doing anything. It's cut out.
All right. See if I can go over to this other one. Sorry if you're seeing this as we're trying to figure out technical difficulties right now.
More live?
Yeah. I don't know if people are going to realize that we switched over or not. I don't know. It just literally killed the live stream on my phone. So, yay!
Hey guys.
I can see people that are technically
That was
inclined.
weird. Did it like just cut out at a half an hour? Do we have a time limit?
I don't know. It just completely died though. So, looks like people are hopping on. They've probably had this happen to them in other live streams. So, hello again. Yeah.
Where were we?
We were
greasing the hitch.
We were about ready to talk about this guy here.
Oh,
but I'm going to wait for a couple more people to
adventure.
hop on real quick before we... Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, video just randomly died, so sorry about that. Technology.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just go ahead and continue, and hopefully people can catch back up.
Filter back in.
Yeah, sorry about that. That's one of the downsides is internet when you're on the road. I don't know if that was it or if the phone just randomly decided to stop the live stream.
Who knows?
Anyway, so our next little thing we learned recently is something Deanna's going to talk about.
Oh, I'm talking about it.
Sure, because I talked too
Last
much.
weekend.
Yes.
So we're in Colorado right now, and we knew we'd have to be going through some mountains because that's what Colorado is mostly.
That's what Colorado does.
But we apparently didn't do our research completely right last weekend because we thought we were going to be going up to about 8,000 feet or a little bit more than that, right? And
From like 6,000 feet. So it's
Yeah.
only going to be like a 2,000 feet elevation gain in my mind.
so yeah, we were like, oh, that's not going to be too bad. But we were going like up, down, like over several different passes. And then we get to this one and it's just like up, 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 up. And we're like, what is going on? And the RV or the truck was really struggling.
We had something similar. We thought we'd be fine because when we went over Wyoming and Buffalo, well, what was that pass called? It was going from Buffalo to Cody, Wyoming. The dog's about ready to drink some water, I think. He's fine.
Going.
He's up. But we're about ready to, or we headed through there, and it's about a 5,000 feet of elevation gain. And we made it. It was stressful, but we made it. So we're like, there's nothing that's going to stop us. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
This one was the worst towing experience we've had yet. How far did we go up to?
Well, we saw a sign at one point that said 10,000 feet, and we were like, wait, what just happened?
I thought we were going to go up to like 8,500 at max, but then when I saw the 10,000, I'm just like, so that's why the truck has been struggling so much going up this mountain. So
yeah.
We have now come away to find elevation along our route a little bit better. Besides just, as I was doing, I was just looking at city elevations in between.
Yeah.
But obviously, there's not usually a city on top of a mountain, so I didn't think that through very well.
You don't always get the accurate elevations just by looking at the cities.
Yeah, and Google Maps doesn't say mountain pass here all the time, so this one did not say that. So now on future routes, I can't remember, I'll have to put that in the description or something, but there's this online app where you can just kind of flag along the route what the elevation is. We don't have like an RV app yet for maps or guidance or anything like that. Yep, there's a Blaze over here. See, he's doing okay. He's a champ. But anyways, I found a way that I can look at elevations for the future. Is what I'm trying to say. There, I said it quickly.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Shut down the last feed. Government shutdown. Not enough funding for the live stream.
Yeah.
Like a real conference call. You're back. Bag bomb for Blaze. Bag bomb fixes everything.
I've heard of that. I'll have to look into it.
Yeah, Blaze is famous.
Everyone loves you.
I'll try to go over these next two because we're already going a lot further than I thought we would for live stream today. Next one is just recently we actually tried to use Reflectix on our windows, and turns out it actually works pretty well.
Yeah.
But we also learned, well, we already knew about it, but we didn't technically really believe it. But if you just have the Reflectix on your RV windows and it's really hot, it can actually damage the windows. And on our RV door, like the
frosted window.
The frosted window just has a cheap plastic frame around it. We stuck the Reflectix in that window, and it actually started bubbling some of the plastic up on there from all the heat, because it was like 100-degree day plus the sun banging in right against that, and just it's
a little too much heat for that.
It's only like a $9 part that we can probably replace ourselves, so it's not that big of a deal. But we ended up just putting cloth on top of it, or on the outside of the Reflectix, so it's probably not reflecting as much heat, but at least it's like an insulated barrier now.
Yeah.
It's going to help us more, I think, during the winter than during the summer.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
Reflectix, pretty cheap.
Yeah.
For
and
single pane windows.
Yeah. Easy enough to hide behind a couch or something when you're not using it.
Yep. So we're probably going to be using Reflectix a lot this winter. And the last one is we might be slowing down our travel pace a little bit as well. Last year, we stayed at some places for 2 weeks, but mostly it was week to week to week to week to week, traveling every single weekend. And I know there's YouTubers and RVers out there that can literally move like every single day.
Yeah.
And I don't see that happening for us. There's just too much to set up at each spot because we work, like we have 2 little offices we have to set up at each time, and that takes some time and just cleaning, and plus having to work during the week, we don't have time to explore during the week.
Yeah.
We thought we would, but we don't really. So having to try to do everything on a weekend and not really having the chance to explore the area as much as we would like, it's kind of been a bummer.
Yeah,
so.
Especially if we're traveling every weekend, because we have to travel basically on a Saturday or a Sunday. So that only leaves us with like 1 full day to go out and do things every week.
Kind of defeats the purpose of this lifestyle, in my opinion. Like, ooh, we're at a new place, let's go stay in our RV all weekend and then come out one day. So trying to find that balance of traveling and still enjoying our traveling.
Yeah.
We still have to do it at a pace where we're in a warmer area during winter and a cooler area during summer. We still need to kind of follow the weather. It just makes sense to do that when you're in an RV with the insulation issues you have. So, but yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. But basically, you still have to pace around that. So you still have to go fast enough to keep up with the weather, but we can slow it down a lot more than what we did the past year, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. We don't want to get too burnt out and decide we don't want to do this anymore.
We were getting burnt out. Like, that's what it was coming down to. And plus, Dina has Lyme disease, and she's putting on a show for you guys right now. She's acting like, oh, nothing's wrong. But half the time, she's really tired and not feeling good. She gets headaches and all sorts of things. So it's finding
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I try to get out and do as much as I can, but sometimes I just need like a day to relax and recuperate, or more than a day. But
sometimes just taking a weekend off and not exploring, even though we love doing it, just doing it every single weekend can be taxing. So
sorry, I've got like dog hair in my nose or something.
It's a live stream. Anything can happen in a live stream. Let's see here. It's tiring to always to be on the go and not enjoy, and because you work, it makes it harder. Yep, for sure. Yep, we're gonna have to we don't know how much we're gonna slow it down yet. I think we'll probably still do like 1 weekend stays every once in a while if there's not much to do in that area or something like that. But around national parks and stuff like that, we might stay 2 weeks. And I don't know if we'll stay 3 weeks, just because we do have to keep moving. But we'll figure it out. But probably slowing down the pace a little bit. So. Let's see here. We recommend the AP product Slim Shade for the small door window. Oh, I've heard about that.
Is
Is that the one?
that like slides
We
up
both
and
did the
down?
motion at the same time. Yeah. Is that the one with like the blinds that you can slide up and down? Because I've seen models at different RV dealers that have that. And I'm like, that is such a good idea.
Yeah.
Because my office is like right by that window. So
like right now, the sun would be shining through if we didn't have the reflecting sun.
Yeah.
Like right in our eyes.
Or like right on our computer monitors while
Yeah.
we're trying to work. So
Yep.
we'll have to see what they respond to that. Be interested. Or just we're friends on Instagram. Just send me a link if you have time.
Yeah.
We'll probably buy it because it'd probably be
Right
more
now,
convenient.
we just have like in between the door and the
Screen.
screen is we're just kind of
Shoving in
hoping
reflectix.
that the reflectix stays.
It seems pretty sturdy because we actually we forgot it was on there. Left the door open when it was windy. Uh-oh. It did it again.
Apparently.
Can you hold this, please?
Yes.
It's still on right
Oh,
now.
now it's on.
As you're wiping your nose.
Sorry.
All right. I don't know what's up with that right
Maybe
now.
we should wrap it up soon so we don't keep it.
Yeah. All right. Oh, they're gonna go off the screen there, so it must be a delay.
Yeah, that looks pretty delayed.
Okay. Let's see here. Hey, Wandering Weekends. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see here. Do you plan far in advance to go the no reservations route? We did at first. Like there were some times where we didn't know where we were going to be staying the next weekend, and there were some bad. Well, we didn't.
Yeah,
run
we had
into,
a couple instances where we got like the last spot at like the only campground.
It was bad. Like
yeah.
And plus, working on the road, you have to find a little bit more
good service.
Yeah, good cell service and partial hookup versus full hookup. We don't care as much with that, especially since we just got that portable tote that makes it so much easier. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that answered that question.
Yeah.
Lately, we've been trying to book more in advance. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want brain
especially around like Colorado and Utah. I feel like we've had a lot more trouble.
Peak season
around, like,
Colorado.
Peak times, yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the fall.
Sometimes we call like 6 or 7 places trying to book like a month in advance, and that's I can't imagine trying to go weekend to weekend in that sort of area.
Yeah, you'd be stuck with whatever little dumpy RV park is left.
Or
we pay $800.
Or you boondock somewhere, but with our we aren't really set up for boondocking quite yet. Eventually, we want to get some solar, some lithium batteries, and stuff like that. But so far, it's not really in the budget.
Yeah,
that stuff can get pretty expensive. It's a good investment. We're just not there yet. Let's see here. We already answered that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, it is really cool, and we were able to install it, so it must be really easy to install.
That's good. I feel like easy.
Easy is good. Sometimes I call myself handed in, and I'm just like, okay, where are the instructions? I need to hop on YouTube and watch how it's done like 5 different times. Then I'll get there. Mine is fine connecting well. I hear you.
A year in advance. That's crazy. Yeah, we just wouldn't be able to stay in a place like that.
Yeah, I don't know if we can. Well, for like winter, since we're staying a little bit longer at some of these locations, we booked in advance because it's going to be snowbird territory with everyone going down south for the winter.
To Arizona.
So Florida and Arizona. If you're new to RVing, I definitely recommend booking in advance. We were able to get it pretty close with Florida. I don't know how far we booked in advance with Florida.
It might have been a month. I don't remember.
The problem is we did it for like a month, but then from there on out, we didn't book in advance.
Yeah.
So we had trouble trying to find places. So.
That's true.
Then again, we were trying to stick to 1,000 trails to get that benefit.
Yeah.
We saved so much money when we did do that. So.
But we've given up on it now.
Well, that's the problem with Arizona. The 1,000 trails, like all of it's 55 and older, so we just weren't able to use it around here. So a lot of the nicer resorts just aren't age friendly.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess. Apparently they're allowed to discriminate against younger people.
We won't go into that.
Because we're crazy partiers.
Yeah. Honestly, we're probably the quietest people in the campground.
Yeah.
The dog doesn't even bark. So. Let's see here.
I think we got them all.
I think we did get them all. All right, so I guess before we do end this, we're just going to kind of open this up to general questions if anyone has questions left. I'll try to, I've been told in the past that I don't wait long enough for the delay. So I'll wait long enough for the delay this time so you can get your questions. And if you do have any questions, literally about anything you want to ask us. So let's see here. Try some South Georgia state parks in the winter, relatively mild, never completely booked up in the winter. That might be a good idea.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Yeah, we only stayed in Georgia for like what, a week?
Just 1 week.
And that was on our way down to Florida, and that campground was really nice.
Yeah, it was.
I can't remember the name of it.
Me neither.
It was a little loud. It was right by the interstate, but it was still pretty nice.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a state park. It was just an RV park.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure state parks should probably be nicer.
Yeah.
As long as you're down south enough that they aren't closing for the winter. We're still trying to plan ahead going through Utah because we're going to be going through Utah next.
Yeah.
By the time we get through Utah, it's starting to cool down. So we're like, maybe we planned this a little too late for some of these national parks.
I think we'll be okay.
I think the lows are in the freezing, but the highs are still above freezing. So I think we'll still be fine with the RV. It's just got to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah. But yeah, we were almost forced to because like what we were talking about before, they were all booked, and so we couldn't find any that weren't going to be like $700 a week or something ridiculous.
Like right now around the Moab area is pretty much peak season, so we kind of have to figure out a way to get around the Moab area too. So let's see here. Travels with Delaney. Hey guys, how's it going? I feel so bad because both you and the Roads Rome like made videos, included us in it. I didn't take any video at all while I was there, and I didn't get a picture of us at all. I don't think so. Maybe I did. I can't remember. I don't think I did.
I don't remember you showing.
I think you got a picture, but I never got the copy. I don't remember. Anyways, follow Travels with Delaney Roads Rome. We got to meet them in Idaho, so that was really cool. Meeting up with some fellow RVers and fellow YouTubers, fellow adventurers, and other similarities that we may have. Let's see here. Oh, and Boiler Up, of course. Boiler Up. Football. We'll talk about it. Well, probably won't talk about that in another video unless they start winning every single game. Let's see here. Have you had a chance to try any great local restaurants on the road? Yes. There have been a few opportunities. Deanna kind of has a... Come here, puppy.
Come here. Yeah, I don't eat out all that much because I have food sensitivities and things that get complicated.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. What's one of our top picks?
I can't think of anything, but there's been some really good Thai restaurants that we've been to throughout.
We like Thai.
Yeah, we could probably like put a section of our blog to like ratings. We could become like food critics or something on Thai food. Maybe that and barbecue. Those are our two favorite foods that we like to eat out at.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sometimes barbecue has like they put wheat or something in their barbecue sauce, so you kind of have to be careful when you have sensitivities to the gluten and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to eat out, but I have the Harvest skillet right here, so we don't really need to eat out that much.
Here.
She cooks a lot. I eat a lot. That's what it comes down to. I help out a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see here. You mentioned your upload frequency. Did you find it helpful to load 2 to 3 a week when starting the channel? When starting the channel, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. That was when we were just doing hiking videos. I still have it on here on the YouTube. If you look at our very first video, it was just a point and shoot camera.
Like, what year was it? Like 2015 or something?
2016 is when I started, I think.
Okay.
2016 was very sporadic. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I still don't really know what I'm doing. Getting better. But yeah, we started off really slow. When I started taking the channel more seriously, that's when I started trying to get at least 2 videos a week. But when I didn't have a job, I was able to get it to 3 videos a week. But now that I'm back down, to answer your question, it definitely helps drive in more traffic. The more videos you have, the more exposure you're going to have. But I think a lot of the SEO and stuff really plays a part, and I still haven't figured all that stuff out. She does better with the Harvest skillet with SEO stuff than I do with...
I still don't do that much SEO,
I don't understand it really that well. It's all about titling, and like a couple of the tips I have is having the title like in your first sentence of your description is one of them. Like trying to keep your videos a certain length based on how long people watch it, and just how you phrase your title obviously is a big one. So a lot of that I think probably plays more than how many videos you put out per week, but I think it helped out a little bit just getting more exposure. And like if you kind of have different markets you're trying to go after, like RV tours, for some reason people really like my RV tour videos and those did really well, but I don't really like making those as much. But so it might be a balance of making videos you like and making videos you don't like, just to kind of keep that traffic flow to your channel if you're really trying to build your channel. But just make sure you're having fun while you do it, otherwise it's not worth it at all. Let's see here. That one. Is Deanna working too? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, she was my sugar mama when I was trying to find a job, so she was able to keep us going on the road.
Yeah.
So we don't have to say exactly who we work for or anything, but what do you like? What do you do for a living?
So I'm technically an engineer, but I'd say it's not like typical engineering because I can do it remotely.
Mm-hmm.
I work on energy models for buildings, primarily based out of a New York City company. So I'm able to do that remotely, luckily, because I don't want to be in New York City, but that's another story.
And that awesome thing about remote is I'm a computer programmer, and I just got a job out of Seattle. So
Yeah.
she has a job out of New York City, I have a job out of Seattle, and we're still able to work.
Yeah.
My schedule's a little bit different now, just so we can communicate with people at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think we ever said what we did before. I don't know.
Probably not. Yeah, I don't know if I did.
That's what we did
there
for
you
a
go.
living.
Yeah.
First video is a cult. Yeah. I put music in it, so that was something, right?
Yeah.
It was kind of a happy-go-lucky music too.
I feel like we should watch that one at some point just for kicks.
Yeah. No worries, I need to get you a copy of that picture. Yeah, and we're gonna like contact like the Purdue Alumni Association or something and get sponsored by Purdue, and then we'll be like posted in the stadium for halftime. Maybe not that far. That'd be pretty cool though. Thank you for the mug cakes. We're hooked now. Mug cakes are awesome. By the way, if anyone doesn't know what a mug cake is, it's pretty self-explanatory. But you make a cake in a mug, you put some batter in there, pre-made batter, put some water or milk in it, stick it in the microwave. If you're in RV, it's a really nice way to get a quick little dessert. And a long hike or something.
Have an oven like we didn't have for a
Yeah,
while.
we didn't have an oven for a while. So.
Yeah.
And the oven that we do have, if it's a really hot day, you don't want to run that thing anyway because it turns into an oven inside the RV.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, thank you, very helpful. Oh, for that. I've been debating on even, I don't know if anyone would be interested in this, and I don't know how I would set it up, but doing some sort of video, a tutorial on how I actually edit my videos. I'm certainly no expert compared to a lot of people out there, but just different shortcuts I use. If you use Adobe Premiere Pro, that's the software I use to edit all these videos. Just it might be interesting to show people some of the shortcuts I use, how I do transitions and stuff like that, or just the whole general process. Especially if you're just starting a YouTube video or becoming a YouTuber, I know it can be complicated trying to figure out that process. There's not one way to do it, of course. Just if you wanted to see how I did it, it might be interesting. I don't know if anybody would be interested in that, but something I was just thinking of the other day. But anyways, since we're already running over quite a bit, now I have 2 live streams since the other one died on me. Any other questions before we call it a day? One strange adventure would be interesting.
I think it's pretty delayed. It looks like we just shrugged our shoulders. So
I don't remember when I shrugged my shoulders. So.
Like 30 seconds ago.
30 oh. That sounds cool. Please do. All right, well, a couple people are interested. I'll have to figure out how I would be able to do that. I know there's different software on there. You can just record your screen of your computer itself. I might be able to just do like a voiceover or something like that on top of it. I don't know. The thing is, it kind of goes away from my base subscribers, so I'd probably only do like one like that unless a lot of people are interested in it, but I might do something like that. A one-off video or something like that. There are some more questions. Does Purdue beat Minnesota next weekend? Do you want my optimistic view? I guess it depends on injuries, and I don't know if our backup quarterback is going to be the one playing. I mean, I think he'll be really good in the long run. I just don't think he's there quite yet. Deanna doesn't watch Purdue football, so.
No, sorry. I have no input.
Plus, the games have been on, like the one that went to 1 a.m. Eastern or
Yeah,
something
I
like
would
that.
not
That's
stay
why.
up for that.
So, yeah, but I hope so. I hope so. I'll still be optimistic. You have to be optimistic if you're a Purdue fan because they like to throw these curveballs at you when you least expect it, or when you are expecting it. I don't know. Does Deanna use an Instapot to cook meals?
Nope. I thought about getting one, but we're kind of out of cabinet space.
For as much, we have a lot of cabinet space
Yeah,
in here, but
we really managed to fill it up. So
that's another thing. We're probably going to be, there's like a Catskill right down the road at a gas station. And I think it's on our route to our next
yeah,
spot.
we need to get weighed.
We weighed our last rig, and we pretty much have, for the most part, the same stuff in it, but we have added more stuff in, thinking, oh, this rig could handle more.
Yeah.
But we really need to get ourselves weighed.
Yeah.
I think we're still well under the truck's limit, but just making sure within capacity of the RV. Because even if this RV was full, we still have buffer room on the truck.
Yeah.
So we should be fine with the F-250 hauling a lighter fifth wheel like this one. Good answer, Shane. I was trying to be optimistic. I'm a boiler fan, but it's kind of hard sometimes, as you know. Let's see here. Do you plan on doing more live streams in the future? Yeah, if people enjoy it, it's a heck of a lot easier to edit.
Yeah. By that you mean there is no editing.
Yeah. Well, besides
adding
descriptions, but yeah, it's fun just to be able to interact with people. Obviously, I mean, they have that Premiere feature now on YouTube where you can have your video going Premiere. I might try that out 1 or 2 times, but I usually do it during the week, and I'm sure people are working during the week when I launch my videos, so I don't know how well the Premiere would work unless I shifted the schedule and everything. But yeah, I might do more lives. It's fun to do them. I enjoy them. Just making sure she's feeling well enough to do it. Like right now, she's putting on a little bit of a show.
I'm getting tired.
She's getting tired, but she's still perky and smiley and stuff. But as long as we do it, just keep them short, unlike this one. Hello from Alabama. Hey, riding with oldies. Guntersville. I think didn't you guys comment on when we were traveling through Guntersville? Remember Guntersville? It was that really beautiful part of Alabama where there was like that lake we hiked along that path. We didn't get to explore that as much as we'd like to, but we did get to explore Cathedral Caverns north of there.
Yeah, we loved that. That was really cool.
It's probably still the best cave we've been to. Like,
no offense, Mammoth Cave.
Mammoth Cave or Wind Cave. Like Cathedral Caverns is just amazing, and it's so less crowded than those national parks. So don't forget to go to state parks too if you're traveling around.
Yeah, really.
Although we have lately. There's just so much to do around here. It's ridiculous. Yes. So my memory's not failing me 100% yet. All right. Well, any other questions before we call tonight? I know we've definitely drawn this out a lot further than originally anticipated. Virginia, that's one place we haven't explored yet.
Yeah,
we're wanting to get back to the East Coast eventually. We still have a bunch of the West Coast to do, and since we're around here, probably stick around the West Coast next year. But I don't know. We'll see what the future has.
At some point, yeah, I'm sure we'll be back there.
Yeah, I still want to do like Vermont, like upstate New York too, and there's so much to explore in this country.
Yeah.
It's a very large country, it turns out. A lot bigger than, I mean, we knew it was big, but there's a lot to see.
Yeah.
I mean, for an example, I'll try not to push this on too much longer, but when we lived in Connecticut, there's like so many state parks in just the state of Connecticut, and you know how small Connecticut is compared to all the other states. Just imagine that multiplied by, I don't even know what number. There's a lot more places to see in this country. There's places that aren't state parks, just city parks that are awesome. Like, what was the one in Colorado? I forget the name of it. Colorado Springs. Rocks.
Oh, Garden of the Gods.
Garden of the Gods. That's amazing.
Yeah.
There's just all these really cool places throughout this country. No matter how long you stay in a state, you're still not going to see it all.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Sorry, that went really off topic. Premieres with live feed are awesome. Yeah, I've liked hopping on other people's premieres when I can. Haven't watched as many YouTube videos lately as I would like, just because been tired and so much else going on. But love that feature. We used to live in Arlington, Virginia. Cool. I think I might have known that actually. Now that I think about it. All right, cool. Well, everyone that's following, commenting and stuff, if you aren't following each other, make sure you follow each other, like each other's videos, and all that fun stuff. That's the fun thing about the whole YouTube community. When I first started this, we were both very camera shy and we didn't want to talk at all, but the YouTube community is so awesome. That's the best part about this. Even if I made like one video a month, I'd still be interacting with all the friends I've made. Everyone on here is pretty much a friend. So it's amazing. And hopefully I can meet all of you in person someday. It's just so cool the way the community just meet random strangers with similarities and you meet up and hang out.
Yep.
Hello, Blaze. Oh, smash that like button. Yeah. Or all those like button, hit the hand like button. I don't know. All those things that I don't know. Smiley faces. All right, guys. I am going to call it quits because it's getting late on the East Coast as well as Deanna working on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So. All right. So thank you so much for joining. And I don't know if we'll have one next week. We haven't really put it together a schedule, but maybe we'll do more often than we have, like at least once a month. I think we could probably do that. Maybe twice a month or something like that. So thank you all for coming. It was a good turnout. So we will see you all in the next one. And as always,
Adventure.
There.
Can't
Gotta get that.
leave without that.
This is gonna be complicated reaching around this camera now.
Do you need me to get it?
You know what button to hit?
No? Oh, the X.
X.
Okay, bye. Bye, everyone.
Thanks for watching.
Oh, I can't get
You
to
can't
the...
get it.